Oh, I think you have to. So you have to be on the live. So
yeah, I'll
yeah,
find
go
you.
yeah, go to my profile and then just go into the live stream, and then I can invite you in.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, because so guys, those of you guys who watching this on YouTube, let me see if anyone's watching shit. Yeah, there's 3 people so far.
All right. I know we got Joey watching on Instagram. Joey, nice to see you, man. Thanks for stopping by. We'll be going in just a second.
Dude, this is the first fucking time I'm on your page. Hold on. Where is the fucking...
You're on the Apple Crider?
Oh no. Yeah, I'm a dumbass. That's not what I'm on. I'll go there.
Joey, nice to see you, man.
Yeah, I got you.
All right, so let me know when you're in.
So yeah, I'm in the live right now.
All right, Cooper Academy's here. Nice to see you, Cooper. Okay, no BS. Yep, perfect. Let me get you in real quick. All right, I invited you in.
This is fucking crazy.
All right, there we go. There we go.
Okay, so let me just tell my guys on YouTube. So guys, I'm live with Apple Crider. It's a long story how we started, but we're live on both YouTube and Instagram. So if you see me looking in 2 directions, that's why. So you can check him out. You know what? Let me put his Instagram in the chat so you guys could check him out real quick.
Yeah, and for you guys that are watching on Instagram as well, this is Mark from No BS Dropshipping. You can check him out on Instagram at No BS Dropshipping or YouTube at No BS Dropshipping as well. For y'all that are watching on Mark's channel, I also do have a YouTube channel just to like promo myself real quick. It's just Apple Crider, my name. I do personal finance and entrepreneurship for high school and college students. So if you guys are a young person looking to get your finances in order, check me out.
Okay,
all right, we got some more people in the live. Awesome, guys. Nice for stopping by. We're gonna get into it in just a second. Mark, you ready to roll?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, so let's.
All right.
So let me just. So first of all, what happened today? You messaged me. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So basically the story, how me and Mark first connected. So I've been seeing him showing up on my Instagram feed for a while over on Successful Founders. We do similar stuff. We're posting similar content, and we're in a similar space. So I've been coming across this content a couple times. And actually, so I'm a little bit of backstory here. I'm a part of a group of creators on Instagram who we have this separate group chat going on over on a messaging app. And we sort of just like talk about how to grow on Instagram, what we're up to. We're all in a similar space of like entrepreneurship, stuff like that. So we sort of have this chat going, just sort of like share our best practices and tips and our successes, our failures, all that good stuff. And recently what's been happening, and in this chat, we've got people, we're pretty small creators. I'd say we go anywhere from 3,000 followers to like 60,000 followers, average being about 20,000. But what's been going on lately is in this chat, we've been tossing up pictures of people who have sort of, in my opinion, stolen our content, because there's been a lot of people lately who have been.
Don't say it like no, just say it straight. Don't feel like
okay.
I'm as straight as you can get.
People who have wiped our watermarks off our pictures and replaced it with theirs, because it's very easy to do with our content, because all of us in this chat post, if you guys have seen lately, it's the post that I do on Successful Founders, but stuff that's like a black background and then like white, red, green text. It's sort of like this style of business post that's going on lately on Instagram, okay? So we all post stuff like that, and it's really easy to wipe the watermark off that because it's all on a black background, and we don't really use like transparent watermarks or anything like that to make it super fancy. So it's very easy to wipe a watermark. So what's been happening lately, a lot of us have been sharing posts that we've seen on other accounts that have sort of been ripped off, and what these guys have been doing and is just like reporting people right away. They just like all are like, that's terrible, report, whatever, email, Instagram. And they're just trying to get these guys shut down. But me personally, what I like to do instead is I like to reach out to these people, and I like to be like, hey, what's up? Why are you using this content that's mine, that's ours? We saw it and we don't really like it. So could you either tag us in it, put our watermark back, take it down? And I like to really interact with the people and see what's going on with them, because I think it's wrong to sort of assume that the person is like super malicious, because a lot of times I'll message these people and they'll be like, oh, I didn't even realize it was yours. I found it on somebody else's page. And I'm like, that's totally fine. But next time, just like do your research and make sure. So I came across one of Mark's posts.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
I came across one of Mark's posts on my feed. and I saw that it was a ripped off post. So I posted it in this chat. And as I always do, I always just hit the person up and I'm like, hey, I don't know exactly what I said to you, but I was just like, noticed you reposted this and wiped the watermark. What's up with that? Like, why are you stealing content?
Right. And my response was, yeah, I stole that shit.
You didn't try to like beat around the bush. And you're like, I stole it. I realized that. And then you sort of went on to tell me how much money you were making drop shipping and like all this stuff. And I'm like, dude, I don't care. I just want you to.
So the reason why I tell you that is because I have people message me every fucking day giving me advice. Like every fucking day, all fucking day. Like the other day, some 14-year-old kid sent me a fucking message talking about I have to clean up my brand. I could give a fuck about, I'm a fucking dude with tattoos on my fingers. This is who the fuck I am. So a lot of time, when I think I was just, so it's funny, when you message me, I was laying down on the couch in the hospital because my wife just had a baby like 2 days ago.
Congratulations, by the way.
Yeah, thanks. And someone had just pissed me off as well. So the 14-year-old kid had messaged me maybe like 15 minutes before, 30 minutes before. And I was just like, what the fuck? I was like, so most of the time I try to help, but when people just come at me, I'm just like, fuck you, make your money, leave me the fuck alone. But anyway, go ahead.
That's fair. That's fair. And so basically, I mean, we just got talking about content and stuff, and this is like this subject hits home pretty hard for me personally because this is what I do for a living. Like how I make my money is I create content for influencers, for myself, and I just help people like build their brand on Instagram and on Facebook. So when I see people who are like ripping off content,
fuck. Okay. All right,
yeah. So I'm a creator and sort of an influencer because I do post my own stuff as well. So I'm creating content for guys. Just picked up a client actually yesterday who's got about 150,000 followers on Instagram. I'm going to be creating content for him, managing his whole page. So I work with these creators to make them content that I feel is quality.
Right now, so we'll talk about that shit after the
When I see people who are like blatantly ripping stuff off and like wiping watermarks and stuff, that just sort of, it hits home for me because that's what I do for a living. That's how I make my money. And when people do that, it's sort of like, wow, that just really takes away from all the hard work that I put into that because people are sort of like slapping their name on it and being like, look at me, I made this. When in reality, they didn't. And I put a lot of work into that and I spent a lot of time on that. So when I see people doing that, it just sort of really hits home for me. And I sort of, that's why I really want to reach out to people and sort of know what's going on with them. Because I don't want to just assume that people are doing things for a certain reason. I want to sort of get to know their backstory and really realize why they're doing this. Because just for me personally, like this is how I make my income. This is how I get by. So when I see people ripping this stuff off, it really just makes me want to know why they're choosing to do that.
All right, sweet. So this is perfect. So let's talk about that. So how did this start? So I create a ton of videos on YouTube, right? Like I have 1,000. We're on YouTube also. I do all the drop shipping shit. Yeah, and I also have this thing called Grind Camp where like I invite people to come to I live in Nicaragua right now. So I invite people to come to live in this house on the beach for a month. We live together, work together and all this shit. We usually have it in July. So this past July, Nicaragua, a civil war broke out in April. So we couldn't have Grind Camp, right? But there was this one kid who was supposed to, I say kid, but he's 23. He's in my video. He was supposed to come to Grind Camp last year, and he came back this year. He came this year during the Civil War. He's like, fuck it. He'll stay. We're working on some stuff. And he used to manage like the Facebook ads for this big wallet company in Germany. And then when I first met him online, he did a lot of Instagram growth hacking. So when he was here, he came. So I was like, I'll look at what you're doing. And then because he's here and he's into Instagram, I figured I will get into Instagram, right? So I'll test it out. I have some, like a graphic designer that works for me, but her first language is not fucking English. So I was like, so I tried out of her. Okay, so I'll tell you the whole story. Yeah, so I tried her out creating content. Sure. And then there were too many fucking mistakes. Yeah. So then I was like, listen, just steal. I was straight. First, I looked on Instagram and I clicked the 3 dots. I asked Darius. I was like, Darius, do people steal images on Instagram? Do people report images? He's like, I'm not sure. He's like, I think he said they do report it or something like that. So I was like, don't worry. So I picked up the Instagram and I click the little 3 buttons on a fucking image, and I was like, fuck, people can report the fucking stolen images. So then I told, her name was Stephanie, I told my graphic designer, like, listen, so it's funny. So the page, the fucking image that I stole is from, what's the name of that account? I think it's Business Mentorship.
Yeah. We're in the same chat. We talk a lot.
All right, so I'll give him a shout out. Business
Mentorship.
Business Mentorship. So guys, you motherfuckers on YouTube, go follow that fucker on Instagram, because you guys know what sniping is on YouTube. So I sniped his fucking images from Instagram, but that's a whole other story. We do that on eBay, but it's allowed on eBay. So I was just like, this motherfucker had like 87 posts and like 30,000 about
30,000 followers.
Right. So I was like, okay, let's steal a ton of his posts and see what happened. Because I'm trying to figure out if it's no, seriously, I'm telling you fucking straight.
I believe you, man.
I'll steal all this shit. I'm posting 8 images a day. I want to see what type of fucking images go viral. I needed a lot of data. Sure. I didn't want to pay no fucking designer immediately to design 8 fucking images a day. And so I just told her, this motherfucker has a ton of posts that goes viral. Steal that shit and we'll see if we get reported. So we were stealing shit from before, right? But I remember I didn't even look at the account. I remember his account specifically because I think he is in an interaction group that I'm on. I think, but
he's an executive mafia. If that's what you're talking about,
right? But I've never even looked at his executive mafia because I have a girl who does that shit for me, right? So I was just like, okay, let's steal a shit and see what happens. Let's steal all these different shit. So we produce we produce like 3 posts a day and we steal like 5 a day, right?
Okay.
So I was like, if we get reported, hopefully we wouldn't get reported before I get enough data to figure out if it's worth hiring a proper designer whose first language is fucking English, who could produce real fucking content, right? So that's what we are doing. If you look at the post, it might have been that post that you looked at was the first fucking post that actually took off.
Yeah, so that one did very well.
So the fact that you are with those, all of that is why I'm happy that we like responded. So like because as we were talking before, I think too many people like automate everything and take the humanity off the internet. So when you message me and I message you back, I was like, okay, if this motherfucker has enough time to like reach out to me and maybe report me or whatever, he must have enough invested in growing Instagram. So it might be interested to have this conversation. Yeah. And because because I'm in e-commerce, like a lot of the Instagram growth is for e-commerce stores, right? Yeah, so exactly. It's all of those different things is why I figured, okay, and I told you, let's get on a call and talk about it in public, because I wanted to see if we could talk about, like, first we just said what the fuck happened, right? Yeah. But I also wanted to see if we could share our experiences, and like I try to learn as much as possible. That's why I have this grind camp thing, and I have random motherfuckers living with me for a month every year. So I was like, maybe we could talk and I don't know. I didn't know what to expect of it, right? Yeah. I just figured it would be fucking cool to.
I agree. Okay, question for you. Yeah. So you see this guy has good content, right? You see business mentorship. He's doing cool stuff. He's going viral. He doesn't have that many posts, but he's got 30,000 followers. All right. So why is your first inclination to steal his stuff rather than just repost it? Like, so personally, I post 4 times a day. I post 3 things that I create, and then I do 1 repost. 1 repost, yeah. Where I leave the watermark and I tag them in the bio. I say, if you want more pictures like this, go follow this person. So why were you wiping their watermark? Why were you doing that instead of just reposting? That was my question.
When you reposted, you actually download the image. Yeah.
So I just download the image and then I re-upload it on my account. Okay. And then I just tag them in the description.
Okay, so so this is, I'll tell you exactly why. So on
do it.
Wait, so on eBay, with eBay, this is not a justification, but I'm explaining where
yeah, I'm curious.
where it came from, right?
Okay,
so on eBay, I drop ship on eBay, right? I sell like $100,000 to $200,000 a month on eBay drop shipping. What strategy a lot of people do on eBay is sniping, right? So you'll see an item that sells regularly, you take that shit and sell it for less, right?
Okay.
The difference between eBay and Instagram is that eBay is a fucking marketplace, and eBay wants you to do that because their buyers would get cheaper prices, right?
Exactly. Yeah, everybody wins except for the original seller.
so I have two options, right? Sure. One, as I did before I stole the shit.
Yep.
I could look at the account, look at the type of content, look at the hashtags, try to figure out how detailed he has in the hashtags, how many numbers, the type of content, if it's more informational. Like a lot of people are just posting these fucking, what do you call it? These like fucking
quotes, motivational
and shit. Right. So that's kind of played out.
Yeah,
So I just like, I'll just take this shit. Now that you're telling me that, fuck it. I'll just repost it with the. So you download the image and upload it and give him fucking
and
credit.
give him credit. Yeah, that's what most people do. Like that's like
okay.
I know you're new to Instagram
because there was no repost. So when you said so, I looked at someone else that reposted my stuff. And I just thought at first I thought there was a repost fucking feature.
No.
As I said, this is my second fucking Instagram live, right? Like,
so
I'm a 35-year-old motherfucker. I keep it simple.
Exactly. I think it's and it's good that you're taking the time to like learn what's up instead of just being like, wow, this kid's stupid. He doesn't know what he's talking about. So I appreciate that, and I appreciate you being real and like taking this time out of your day. So basically, what I do and what is like the common standard or best practices or whatever is basically just downloading it and then re-uploading it on your account and then leaving their watermark and then in the description like giving them credit, being like this photo it belongs to whoever, or just giving them like a little bit of credit in your description. That's like what's common ethics, and that's what I do personally. That's what pretty much everybody else who isn't wiping watermarks is doing. So going forward, I would recommend you do that if you don't want to.
No, I'll fucking do that. No, I'll do it. No, the reason why I ask, right? The reason why I had that conversation we have in this conversation is because if they, in my initial thought before I even got to look at the shit, right? I was like, if they were fucking 5 quotes from Instagram is on my YouTube. Sorry. Yeah. If there was a repost feature, my automatic thought is it may not rank as fast as. But you just answered my question.
Yeah. No, you just if you just re-upload it, then it's the same thing. So yeah. But yeah, there's no like retweet or like re Instagram or anything.
Yeah. That makes sense. So look at my shit this time around from tomorrow.
All right, well that's basically that's mostly what I wanted to hit on. But just interested, like what got you on Instagram in the first place? Just trying to do more sales or what?
Okay, so I drop ship on eBay, but I also I built a software platform that helps eBay drop shippers. Yeah. So I don't like a lot of people do YouTube and Instagram and stuff to sell courses. Yeah. My game is to sell software. Okay. So I show my results and I teach people for free how to dropship on YouTube. And my strategy, you could do it manually, but then the software that I have speeds up the process, right? So
fair enough.
That's the whole point of YouTube. That's what I'm doing on YouTube. And I try really hard to stay in that game of software so I could basically give everyone all the information when the competition needs to like stay a little bit on the surface in order for them to sell the course, right?
That's what it's all about. I'm all about just giving everything up front and not like hiding stuff behind like a paywall or like behind a course or whatever. I think it's really important to just give. And that's, I'm glad that you're in the same mindset as that, because that's where when people see that you're doing that, they're going to stick around a lot longer than if you're just there to sell a course or to promote yourself. So I think that's really big.
Yeah, and I'm from fucking Trinidad. In Trinidad, I went to school for free. I got a scholarship to go to university for free in the US. So it's weird paying for education. Like, it was hard for me to make a course and sell it just because I was fucking broke as fuck. Yeah. And I never paid for education. Right. a lot of people, so that is the one thing that I need to like in this. Like I have a friend who makes more than $100,000 a month selling fucking courses. Dang. And like he has a YouTube video, he showed 160 grand, and this motherfucker really sells that amount of money in courses, right? But like, and I know I could make maybe extra 20, 30, 40 grand a month selling education. Sure. I just haven't been able to, like, psychologically, it's just a weird thing. So I actually built a full fucking course and give it away for free. And that just builds my email list to sell the software, right?
That's what I do as well,
that's why I jumped on the Instagram thing.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, personally, I got a free course as well. That's just something to give away for free. To
is it where is it on your Instagram or on your?
Yeah, it's in the link on my personal Instagram. So the one where this is streaming at Apple Crider Official. And that's basically just how to invest your first $100. Additionally, I just wrote an ebook on my Unsuccessful Founders on how to start monetizing your Instagram as well. So so that's free too.
And
so I think it's really
also.
I think it's really important to just give away a lot of free stuff because that's, I mean, especially because I'm a young person. I'm 19 years old. Like people, I don't have that instant credibility of somebody who's a grown person. Like people don't assume that I know what I'm talking about because I'm 19 years old. I have purple hair and I wear a bandana. Like I don't look like the most credible person to buy something from. So I think it's
just funny. I have fucking tattoos on my fingers, dude. Like I don't fucking, like people are like, you need to clean your brand up and you need like I have work to do, right? So it's interesting that you say that because I don't think about those things.
Yeah, no. Well, I think personally, I only think about it because I don't want to look like I'm just making a money grab. Because I think, especially since I'm 19, like if people see that I'm out here like selling a course or selling them some kind of information, they're gonna be like, what does this kid have to offer me? What could he know? Even though I've been doing what I do for at least 2 years now on social media and investing. So I've got a fair bit of information built up, but I don't want to, I personally right now, I'm just focused on building my brand and building an audience that like enjoys listening to me and has some kind of trust for me. So that's my main priority right now. But yeah, I think there's a lot that goes into selling information and why that could be a good idea for some people, but not others. But for me right now, that's just not where I'm at.
So I know you said you're in college.
Yeah.
So what do you do? Like, are you doing Instagram managing?
Yeah.
Like, what is your game? How do you make money and that type of stuff?
Okay. So what I do for money is I manage influencers' social media profiles. So mostly people who are on YouTube. I don't know if you've heard of Ryan Scribner, the millionaire millennial. His name's Jordan Kilburn. He makes Amazon FBA videos. Ryan Scribner.
I may know.
Yeah, he's the millionaire millennial is his name.
I feel like I've seen it.
Yeah, so he does Amazon FBA. So I manage his Instagram. I manage Ryan Scribner's Instagram. And there's a couple other influencers whose Instagrams I manage. So they pay me on a monthly basis just to create and post content for them. And then that's basically, and then I do some odd projects as a VA as well, virtual assistant. I'll do whatever they need me to. I'm a college student with a lot of time, so I can really do the stuff that they don't want to do because at this point they're bringing in a lot of money every year. They can afford to outsource things to me that they don't want to be doing. So I do stuff like that as well. And basically that's what I do for money. And then for fun, I have a podcast as well. And then in Instagram, I've been monetizing a bit. I think I made like $80 off this new account that I started a couple weeks ago. Accounts just for fun.
So have you managed any? So I'm asking this because my YouTube is all e-commerce, right? Have you managed any Instagram accounts that drive traffic to e-commerce stores? Because like in the e-commerce space, a lot of people build Shopify stores and drive traffic through Instagram. And what Darius is doing right now also, I think I sent you the Young Hustlers Instagram account. He started that since he was here. And he is in Executive Mafia also. Yeah. Okay. So he started that since he was here. And he's driving traffic to e-commerce also, right? So I just wanted to know if you had any experience with that, because it's where I see a lot of, like in e-commerce, a lot of people buy shout-outs and stuff, but I feel like that's not buying a shout-out. I wouldn't buy a shout-out that gives me that gives a link directly to my e-commerce store. I will quicker buy a shout out to my Instagram just to get people used to the brand first and then ask them to buy, right? So, yeah. So have you seen messed around with? Go ahead.
Okay, so personally, I haven't done anything with Shopify or e-commerce stores. I haven't managed any profiles for people who are driving traffic there. But what I have done is I have purchased shoutouts. So my business partner and I, who run Successful Founders, we have spent somewhere in the realm of about $100 on shoutouts thus far, and that's between probably around 10 different accounts, ranging anywhere from $2 to $40 per shoutout. And what we do with those is, again, we're not driving traffic to any Shopify store or anything like that. We are just driving people to our profile. We are just trying to build ourselves up as much as we can right now, because we're trying to build as big as we can before we try to monetize anything. Of course, we made like $80 so far. That's just from an affiliate link in our bio. It's for this app where you can sign up and get a free share of stock, and we get a free share of stock as well. So that's how we're monetizing so far. We made like $80 through that. But no, and as far as shoutouts go, I think that's really smart what you said, and that's exactly what we're doing. We're buying shoutouts to build our brand at this point, rather than drive traffic to a store, because obviously we only have about 4.6 thousand followers right now. So we're not a big account on Instagram by any standard. So we don't have that much authority. So people, if they were directed to a store from us, they would be like, what's going on? Why are these people selling stuff? So that's why we're mostly focused on just getting that following and getting the people who are used to seeing our content and like our content, enjoy our content, and get value from our content. Because when we have a big group of those people, then we can think about monetizing down the road. We've talked about maybe opening a Shopify store, doing some kind of e-commerce, maybe a course or ebook that's paid other than our free one. So that's our priority right now, is just building ourselves up as a brand.
And then how has the shout outs worked? Like, what are the numbers like? If you remember, like when you're spending, give me an idea if you spend $2, $80, $40, like what type of size accounts sell those at that price, and what type of results you guys had?
It really does vary. So what we personally do is we look at an account, we go through a lot of accounts, a couple dozen accounts per day, looking for potential shout outs. And what we look for is their engagement rate.
Hold on one second. Okay. Darius, can you open the door for this fucking dog? Open the door. Let this fucking dog go outside, please. Yeah, sorry.
No worries.
In some of my videos, and he's a fucking pain in the ass.
Okay, so what I was saying? Oh yeah, so shout out. So we look at what the engagement is like on these accounts. So if they have, say, 100,000 followers, we want to see at least 5%, if not 10% engagement. So we want to see posts getting at least like 5,000 to 10,000 likes, so that we know that they're an active account. They don't just have a bunch of followers that don't do anything, because we want to get in front of people who are actually going to do something, actually going to follow us, look at our stuff, etc. So the most expensive shout out was our first one, actually, I believe. And at that one, we had about 850 followers beforehand. And that was a 24-hour shout out. It was just on his story. And by the end, we were up to about 2,800 followers. So we got about 2,000 followers from that. It was $40 though, which was a lot to drop on a shout out, but it was somebody that I knew. His normal price is about 75. So he did drop it down a bit for us, and since we're pretty tight. But that was our biggest one, and that was our first one. And then from there, we've been doing a bunch of smaller ones. And it's hard to track exactly what the results are going to be like from each one, just because there are already followers rolling in pretty consistently. Yeah. So we haven't tracked very well. We should probably find like some kind of app or tracking software where we can see like day to day how many followers we're getting and compare that. But for now, we're just dropping like $2 here, $12 there. And some we've had a couple of shout outs lately that were just complete flops. Like we realized the accounts weren't getting as much traffic as it looked like. And you can also ask people to send you like screenshots of their story analytics if you're going to get a story post, because then you can see about how many people are going to view it, and get an idea of how well that's going to convert. But it's really important to just look at how the account actually performs and look at the analytics behind, like how many engagements are they getting on each post, how many people are looking at their story, because you want to know how many people you're paying to get in front of, so you don't end up paying like way too much. And another thing about this is these guys, a lot of these big pages have no idea how to price their shoutouts. They have absolutely no clue. Like we paid $2 for some shoutouts that have performed better than like a $25 shoutout. So these guys have no idea how to price. And that being said, if it's an expensive shout out, that doesn't mean it's a good shout out. If it's a cheap one, that doesn't mean it's a bad one. And what you should definitely do is you should definitely negotiate with these guys, because a lot of them, honestly, a lot of these guys are like 15 years old and they're happy to get like an extra $10 just for posting something on Instagram. Like these guys, it's crazy. It's crazy. I've talked to people who have Instagram accounts with hundreds of thousands of followers and they're literally like 13 years old. And I'm like, what even? But you can talk these guys down to like at least like 50% of what they first offer you. Like if somebody offers you like $40, you can talk them down to like 18, 9 times out of 10. Just because these guys, they don't know how to price their shout outs. And they don't know, they just want like some money. So like, just the fact that you're willing to give them some money is like,
I hope none of them watching this fucking video.
Who knows, man? Who knows?
So when you buy the shout outs, you mainly buy the shout outs for the stories, or have you bought any for the link in the description? Have you seen a difference in the results?
So we've mostly done stories so far, just because I just personally like stories better. I know for our stories on our account, we get at least like 50% of our followers view those. So I just figure stories get a lot more traffic. Yeah, our stories perform very, very well.
Do y'all sell shout outs?
Yeah, we actually sold our first one a couple of days ago. This guy bought a shout out. We promoted his startup. It's this company that'll like text you business news. So it sounded pretty cool. So I sold him a shout out on our page.
Okay.
So, yeah. So personally, we've mostly just done story ones. Sometimes we'll package a story with a post shout out as well, just because then they'll knock the price down a bit. So, but I don't know. I like negotiating, so I'll just talk these guys down as far as I can get with them and just play with them, because like half the time these guys are just happy to get like $3 extra, and I'm like, man, that works for me.
And why do you think? Why don't you that's why I like talking to Darius, who lives here, and talking to a lot of you guys. You guys live in this world, right? So why do you think these guys who have big accounts don't know how to monetize it?
That's tricky. I mean, it's not super straightforward. So if you're not super business minded, like maybe they're just really artistic, or they just like making these graphics and stuff, and maybe that's their passion. So they might just be in it for that reason and not really know how to do stuff on the back end to actually turn it into money.
Yeah, I'm an idiot, because I can't design dick. Like my logo for fucking DSG, we started a software company with like $200, and like $200, like it's a long story. We were broke, and I did the logo in fucking Microsoft Paint, because we didn't have $5 to pay someone to fucking.
Oh my gosh!
Do it, right? So I'm all looking at like how to add value and monetize shit. Yeah. And then when I see guys with big followings, I'm just like, y'all motherfuckers don't know how to monetize tens of thousands of views a day. And it's just like I remember, like my YouTube channel has like 24,000 subs or something now, 23,000. And I was making a decent amount of money from the time I had like 3,000 or 4,000. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So it's interesting to see like a lot of, I guess, I just never thought about it. I'm just always thinking about the business side of things.
Exactly.
I'm hardly ever thinking about the artistic shit. And that's why I steal fucking art. Because I was like, fuck. Like I can't even explain how to fucking. So that's interesting. Okay.
Yeah, and I think it's like a lot of these guys, they just don't realize like the potential that's there, because if you have a targeted group of people who like trust you and are all there for like the same reason, like they all have a similar interest, there's just so many ways for you to monetize that. That's what inspired me to write this ebook. That's actually it's basically about how to monetize on Instagram, but it's more so about how to monetize just once you have an audience of people that are interested in what you're saying and are all like following you either on YouTube or Instagram or whatever. And it's just there's so many ways to monetize that depending on what you're interested in. Like you could teach people via coaching, you teach people via a course, an ebook, you could do affiliate marketing.
Are you on Facebook?
Yeah.
No, and like when I'm a dumbass.
Oh.
Most likely, but do you okay, so one thing that I do, I grow Facebook groups, right?
Okay.
I never thought about it as I grow Facebook groups. It's just some shit I used to do until Preston brought it to my attention that I actually, Preston is another dude who's staying here who drop ships on Shopify. And I was able to grow from 0 to like 35,000 Facebook group members in a year, right?
Wow.
And this is all free shit, right? This is not like you're not I didn't pay to drive traffic.
No.
It's just to produce enough content and in the Facebook group, get enough interaction on the content, and then Facebook would suggest it to a lot of people, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So right now, I'm getting like 100 people a day joining my this specific Facebook group. Like I have a Facebook group on Nicaragua that has like 15,000 people. I have a lot of anything I'm interested in. I just open my fucking Facebook group.
That's smart. I should start doing that.
So that's what I'm about to tell you. It's interesting I play around on YouTube and Facebook. I tried Twitter for like a little bit, but I just can't. I
don't know. I don't mess with Twitter. I was on there for a little bit, but like it's not my platform of choice.
So I'll stop stealing people's shit. So what is your long term? How long are you in college? Are you 19? So you have to be like.
I've just finished my first year, so I'm going back for my sophomore year in about a month. But yeah, I'm studying personal finance and ideally going to be a financial planner when I get out. Just help young people ideally with their finances, teach them what's up, how to start investing, stuff like that, because it's just something that you don't learn in school. So that's sort of where I'm trying to fit in. Okay.
All right, sweet. Yeah, I didn't know where this conversation would go. I didn't even know how long. I have no clue how long we've been talking.
I don't even know, man. But thank you so much for having me on the show. I'm going to take a minute to just like promote myself really quick, and then I'll encourage you to do the same to the followers on Instagram. But for you guys who are tuning in, my name's Apple Crider. I make daily, almost daily at this point, probably about 3 to 5 times a week, videos on YouTube aimed at high school and college students who want to learn about personal finance and entrepreneurship and credit cards and all that good stuff. So I've been in the game for about 2 years now with investing, credit cards for about 1.5 years. So if you guys are interested in that at all, definitely check me out. It's youtube.com/AppleCrider or applecrider.com, and Apple Crider spelled apple like the fruit, and then Crider is Crider. So that's cider with an R in there. All right. And then I'm also on Instagram at Apple Crider Official. If you guys want to check me out there, that's where we're streaming this as well. Mark, you want to promote yourself a little bit? You got anything?
You have that shit down cold. So I'm fucking just a relatively smart motherfucker that wants to make a lot of money. I've been drop shipping on eBay for like 6 years now.
Dang, wow.
I've been selling about $1 million a year for the past 5 years on eBay.
Wow.
And I mean, the margin on drop shipping is only like 10%, right?
Sure.
But I still on eBay drop shipping.
That's serious money though.
Yeah, and I have a YouTube channel. You can check me on YouTube, No Bullshit Dropship Training, or Instagram, No Bullshit Dropship Training. I teach everything, right? Like I go live. I try to go live every day. I go live again at 6 to show people how to find items to sell on eBay. So you motherfuckers check me out. And Apple, I mean, we should keep. I live in Nicaragua, right? There's no other fucking person in Nicaragua that does this type of shit. And even if they kind of do it, it's in fucking Spanish. So that's why I invite, like I host people. I try to host people every day. Like my office is turned into like a free co-working, co-living space.
Dang.
So I just try to keep in contact with people that are doing this type of shit. Yeah. So I mean, it was a pleasure meeting you, dude. And if we could continue, and I know you have like something soon. You have like a meeting or something.
Yeah.
But let's keep in contact and talk about this content creating thing because I want to play the fucking Instagram game, dude.
No, man, let's keep in touch. Let's definitely keep in touch. If you guys want to learn more about monetizing your Instagram as well, I wrote a free ebook, like I mentioned earlier. It's at applecrider.com/ebook, or I have a free online course on investing your first $100. That's applecrider.com/course. Just going to take every second that I can to promote.
No, so let's do this. Send me the link to those 2 things.
I'll do it, man.
And wherever, on Instagram or YouTube. And after, I'm sure once we come off the YouTube video, it might have like 100, 150 views based on the lie. And if it ranks, then you'll get the click through. So just send me links and I'll put that shit on there.
Perfect. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate that very much.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks, Apple. Thanks for your time, and I'll hit you up in a second once you get off.
Yeah. All right. Perfect, man. Well, thank you very much for your time again, Mark. I appreciate it, and I appreciate you stopping by and learning a bit about Instagram today.
Nah,
I'm glad I got to share some information with you.
Yeah. Thanks a lot.
All right. Have a good one.
All right. Later.